I want to go to former Mississippi Governor Haley Barbour, also former big Republican Party honcho. His take on this. Do you think, Governor, that it was wise on the part of Mr. Trump to even signal that he might not accept the election results after people have cast their ballots?
Well, he got asked a specific question by Chris Wallace,
right,
and he answered the question. And I wrote down, Neil, what he actually said from the transcript just so I would get it exactly right. He said, "I will look at it at the time." Now, I don't know what about that is incendiary. Chris asked him a couple more times, pushed him, and the last time he said, "I will tell you at the time. I'll keep it in suspense," okay? I think making a joke. But what he said at the beginning was there's nothing wrong with what he said.
Okay.
I'll look at it at the time. I mean, Albert Gore challenged the election. We didn't know who was going to be president for 5 weeks. Nobody criticized Albert Gore for that because the liberal media elite love him. But Donald Trump, there's a lot of people in the media love to hate him.
Do you think he should have done?
They want to twist everything he says.
No, I definitely see where you're coming from, and you know many in your party have chastised him for not maybe clarifying things and saying, given the experience of 2000, given the Kerry forces in 2004 bemoaning problems in the state of Ohio but those problems they would have won. You know how it goes. Should he have provided some context to that so that the media wouldn't pounce?
Well, look, for me, every time this election is not about issues, not about the conditions in the country, not about Obama's policies and the failures of those policies, not about how Hillary Clinton is going to be Obama's third term. There's going to be more government control over our lives, more government control over the economy, more taxes, more spending, more debt, more deficit. Anytime we're not talking about that, I think we're talking about the wrong thing. So I'll take your question that way. If this election were about the conditions in the country caused by Obama's policies, 65% of the people in America think our country's going in the wrong direction. But the news media doesn't want to cover the part of substance here about what are we going to do about the economy. There are two very simple visions. Hillary Clinton says for the economy we need to redistribute wealth. She never talks about growth. Donald Trump said we need to grow the economy so that more people can have better jobs. And he's exactly right. We've got the weakest recovery since World War II. You know, I worked in the Reagan administration, Neil. During the recovery after the last deep recession that ended in 1982, the Reagan recovery, economic growth in the first 8 years was over 4.5%. In the Obama administration, it's 2.1. Think of the difference our country would be today if we had had economic growth in the Obama administration like the Reagan administration, twice as much growth. This would be a different country. That's why we need to be talking about the real issues instead of what did Donald Trump mean by I'll look at that when the time comes.
You know, many in your party, as you're aware, Governor, have jumped on Donald Trump for those remarks. Not interpreting them as clearly as you just did just now. What do you think of them?
Look, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump. My mama raised my two older brothers and me, and she taught us life's a series of choices. If the choice is Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, and one of them is going to be president, then I'm going to be for Donald Trump. As simple as that. Do I approve of everything he says? I don't approve his positions on everything. But look, you don't have to agree with Haley Barbour on everything. I don't expect anybody to, Donald Trump or anybody else. But he is much less dangerous for this country than Hillary Clinton. We know what we're going to get from her. I've already mentioned it, a third term for Obama, socialist economic policy like Bernie Sanders, a Supreme Court that you won't recognize the Constitution in 5 years, and unfortunately that Supreme Court will affect the country for my grandchildren's entire lifetime.
All right, so you're not sure about Hillary Clinton, I guess. Governor, always a pleasure. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Neil.